What's up, y'all? This is Dr. Jewel, and I am so excited to partner with Yes Lord Radio in my new radio show, Ask Dr. Jewel. I'm a doctor of nursing, a professor, a clinician, and your go-to for all things pertaining to mental health, mental wellness, and mental illness. Look, y'all, just call me America's MHS, Mental Health Specialist. So look, you all, it's time. It's time to get your minds right with Ask Dr. Jewel. What's up? What's up? Hi, Lady V. How are you today?
How are you? I am fantabulous.
And Jay Bold is in the house. What's up, Jay Bold?
What's going on, Dr. Jewel?
Oh,
so
my
good.
It's a party up in this
It's
jungle.
a
We got
party.
everybody. I love it, man. It's so good to be here on this day. And look, I got a little bit of trivia before we start this ADJ, all right, segment. All right, here we go. You ready? Trivia. Trivia. Here we go. 40 million people do it. 68% of church men do it. 50% of pastors do it.
Showering?
Eat?
I don't know.
40 million people do it in the United States. 10% of adults have an addiction to it.
Food.
17% of women struggle with it.
Weight.
Yeah.
20% of men and 13% of women do it at work.
Oh.
What are you talking about, Dr.
Steel
Jewel?
tissue. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We give up.
You give up.
We give up.
One more clue.
Okay.
Okay. You want to buy a vowel?
Give me a E.
No E. Give me one more.
Oh.
Okay. Oh, it's in here. Okay.
Okay.
By 2025, it will be a $1 billion industry.
It must be that thing that we don't really talk about a lot.
Love. It's got an O in it.
It has an O in it, but it doesn't always include love.
It begin with a P.
Uh-oh.
Porn?
Hey!
Down in the valley where the I'm not doing it.
Y'all, today we gonna talk about porn
Uh-oh.
Okay. Hot
in the
topic.
church.
We're ready.
You
We're
ready? It's time to get right with Ask Dr. Jewel. What's up, y'all? Look, we about to get into a topic, and it is, we want to handle it very delicately, but we want to handle it very real. We want to handle it in a way that is God glorifying. So look, just pray for us as we hit this very important topic for all people, but we specifically want to empower the church, okay? It is something that we don't talk a whole lot about. It's porn, y'all. It is what it is. I'm going to take the sting out of that joker, and I want to talk about it so that people who are struggling with this, people that want to talk about it and have some open, transparent conversation about it, get some help, y'all, because that's what we're here for at ADJ, to help people to deal with addictions and issues in life that attack the mind, honey, and as a result, the body follows. So we're going to talk about porn, pornography. So look, before we get this thing started, before we get this party started here, I want to actually talk about what pornography is, because everybody kind of thinks they know what it is. And some of you may, because we have some intelligent people out here in the house. And even if you don't know, doesn't mean you're not intelligent, just means you don't know about this, honey. But let's talk about it. So let's talk about porn. I want to get a working definition of porn. All right. So wait a minute. First of all, let me just out here. Okay, Lady V, what did you learn porn was? What did you think porn was?
So, I thought that porn is, visual or printed or anything that, would, that you can see, and you're using that as your visual, and then of course it stimulates you, and then other things happen. So that's to me what porn was. So even if it was in writing or just visual.
Okay, all right, you said right. Okay, JB, what your thoughts? I mean, what was porn to you? What you learned about porn?
I think to build off of Lady V, one thing that I've been wrestling with recently is just social media and the image aspect, it doesn't necessarily have to be a sexual image or a video of individuals having intercourse at all. It could just be a body.
Right. Bam, bam.
And
boom,
when the
boom.
body is bodying in the right way,
Right.
Body, yada, yada. That's what she
Right.
said.
it'll mess your mind
Yeah.
up.
It will.
Right, when the body is bodying, and I'm just like, what's going on? So y'all, I want to give a definition. Let's start out the gate with a straight up definition so that everybody got a working knowledge. We all together in this house, okay? All right, so pornography refers to books, you said, Lady V, magazines, movies, any kind of printed literature that's designed to cause sexual excitement by showing naked people or referring to sexual acts. Boom, 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 boom. Okay.
That's very clear.
I want to rewind that. Is
That's
that pretty
clear.
clear?
That's
okay.
real clear.
But let me tell you the part that trips people up. Okay, it says, we know the naked people part. I think we all got that
We
one,
all
right?
naked
We all
people.
got that one,
Yes.
right? But referring to sexual acts, so bam, baby. Okay, let's deal with these books out here
Okay.
that we read.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, look, I know a friend of mine. She got a whole bookcase full of books. Baby, you read those books, you don't need to see no body images, baby. That thing explains some things, it's ratchet than hey, I read some stuff. I had to throw the book across the straight. I was like, "Whoa, Lord Jesus!" Hey,
What if she said this is just self-help?
Self-help. Oh yeah, okay. We ain't gonna talk about the self-help,
Okay.
but hey, we gonna keep this thing
Keep
right.
it
Hey,
moving.
hey,
Keep it moving.
But
So Zane,
ooh,
Danielle Steele.
he done name drop. He done
What about them Harlequin romance?
Oh,
novels?
Wait,
remember that one?
wait.
Remember when you
50 Shades of
Oh,
what was that? Gray?
Baby.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, you feel me? So what I am saying is, y'all, it's not just the pictures. It can be somebody just writing about it in a book and you sitting there curled up reading, and it's causing you to have some sexual feelings, excitement. Some things are stimulated in you. Next thing you know, you may be thinking about some things that need to be put to sleep. You see what I'm
So,
saying?
Dr. Jewel, wait.
What?
I have an
Huh?
asterisk. I have like a bullet point.
okay,
What
come on.
about the songs that we listen to? I don't see nothing wrong with a little bump
Come
and
on.
grind
Come
and
on.
I'm going to be savage and those songs, they have sexual implications, correct?
Absolutely. And you know what? We just have to, because look, we're talking about definitions out here that are in books. But honey, anything that stimulates you sexually, that causes you to think about it, it causes you to get excited, that refers to sexual acts, can be regarded as pornography. So you got to watch the music. You got to watch the books you read. You got to watch what you're looking at. And oh baby, with Netflix,
I know where she going.
Showtime, honey, and BET.
Stars.
Okay, I ain't messing with nobody out here. I ain't trying, but I'm gonna rattle some cages
Rattle
up in this
it, rattle
house.
it,
Ching,
shake
ching,
it.
ching.
Shake,
All right,
shake.
I'm just saying some of these things that we looking at.
What we looking at, Doc?
Down in the
Is that P
if you know,
One,
oh,
two,
see,
break 'em. Three,
if
four,
y'all
break 'em.
know that,
It's-
if y'all
it's
know
catchy.
that,
It's a
look,
catchy
hey,
tune.
It's a catchy tune.
catchy
but-
tune.
And also catchy some other ways. But what I'm
Ooh.
saying is that, look, y'all, you got to think about these things. Y'all, we
Yeah,
not here trying to shame nobody.
No.
That's not what we trying to do. We just trying to get you woke, because
Stay
when
woke.
it wakes up stuff in you and you wondering why you feeling some kind of way,
Yeah.
you'll know what's up. So let's go into this next part, y'all. So look, we got to talk about the different type of porn users, okay? Because I want to create some categories so that you can kind of see maybe where you fall. So what are the major categories of porn viewers or utilizers? They're called the recreational viewers. Okay. Yeah.
Say more.
That's about
Yeah.
75% of the people fall in this category.
Just doing it for
All
fun.
right. Yeah. They just doing it. So according to a recent study, a porn viewer, okay, a recreational viewer of porn, they only watch about 24 minutes of porn each week. Okay. It's not. Many viewers of this type are really females, or either they are, people that are partnered together, okay? So they just kind of watch it very sporadically, 24 minutes a week, not a whole lot. They call them recreational porn viewers. You feel me?
I do. I understand.
So you got those, okay? And so whether or not that's healthy or not, okay, you need to watch, because the moral of the story is this. Look, the eyes are the gateway to the soul.
There it is.
You feel me?
I understand.
All right. So you got to watch, because you don't know how your mind and how your spirit is going to handle even that recreational view. Just you watching it. Some people say, well, Dr. Jewel, I'm just watching it so I can get a few ideas, to keep our lights spicy, to give us a few little, whatever you watching it for, reading it for, whatever you doing, okay? But you gotta watch that thing, baby, because you don't know when that thing gonna go sideways, left, and you don't get to choose that sometimes.
Buyer beware.
The buyer beware, baby. Buyer beware. So the second category of user is, they call it the highly distressed, non-compulsive viewer. That's a whole lot, right? But this is the highly distressed, non-compulsive viewer, okay? This composes about 12% of people, okay, who watch porn. They belong to this category. These people are, less involved in their porn habit and only watch about 17 minutes per week, but their porn use is unhealthy and troubling to them. Okay? So they don't really watch it a lot. Okay? But it's unhealthy and troubling to them. So what they're watching is causing them some type of distress. Okay? Usually these people are single. Okay? And they kind of look at porn to kind of build their self-esteem, okay? And for people in this group, porn may provide like some self-soothing or, or deal with their unsatisfied sex life or lack of romance, okay? So they kind of do it as they kind of supplement, okay? But they're distressed by it.
As a single person, I used to think of it as, well, I mean, I'm not out in these streets fornicating, so it should be okay. Even though we know Jesus was not pleased.
Come on now. Come on, bring it on in, J-Bo. Come on in. Now, so you got that one, the highly distressed, non-compulsive porn user, okay? Then you've got the compulsive porn viewers, okay? That's the third category, all right? And so those are the porn users, and most of them are men, okay? All right. So when someone views porn compulsively, that's when it can interfere with relationships and daily activities. So you are so into this thing that it's starting to spill over into every aspect of your relationship. These people, you all watch an average of 110 minutes of porn per week. Okay?
That's a lot.
All right. And so compulsive porn viewing can become a porn addiction for some people. Okay. And so you've got to watch the compulsive porn viewers. All right. They're taking in more. Okay. It's unhealthy. It's starting to impact work, life, family, all of the above, okay? Yeah, you starting to get hooked real bad. Now, the other ones, like I said, the distress one, that still ain't cute, okay? Because that's my lonely person that, you may not be watching it that much, but you don't feel good about it. You just, it's not good, okay? And then the other one, the recreational viewer, most people fall in that category. But what am I saying about porn? I'm saying whichever category you fall into, honey, doesn't mean you can't slip into the next one, and doesn't mean that whether you're a recreational viewer, it doesn't mean that thing won't grab you and wreak havoc in your life. So you've got to watch what you do. You feel me? You just got to watch it.
It can become a stronghold.
Yes.
Absolutely, y'all. So the question of the day is, what is porn addiction? Okay, how do you know if you a porn addict, you a porn junkie, man? That's what you need to know, okay? So porn addiction is a behavioral addiction. That's why we're talking about it in mental health, you all. We got to talk about this thing. Okay. And so basically, porn addiction, that means that you have a compulsive behavior pattern where you engage in an activity despite its negative consequences. Okay. Now, look, porn addiction is no different than any other addiction, okay? Whether or not you're addicted to food, whether you're addicted to shoes, addicted to drugs, meth, crack, marijuana, whatever it is that's your addiction, okay? Nicotine, coffee, whatever it is. So, I think, we dress this thing up like my addiction's better than your addiction. No, it doesn't work like that. You feel me? All addictions it's addictions,
right.
Okay? But what I'm saying is that a porn addiction, if you're addicted when that thing starts wreaking havoc in your life, okay? When it starts wreaking havoc in your life, you may be addicted. And you do this thing despite the negative consequences of it. You're addicted. I tell my patients this. I'm like, look, you know how you addicted? Try not doing it, baby. Try taking that thing out your life and see if you start getting the shakes and you start going through withdrawal, honey. See if you start getting,
attitudinal.
Come on. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Things start changing when you addicted. So look, I want to see signs and symptoms of whether or not you are addicted to porn. Let's talk about it. All right. So a person, that you may be addicted to porn. All right. If you start using it in greater amounts over longer periods of time. All right, so I talked about the minutes and everything that you use it. If you start seeing that thing stretching out, you used to just go look at that site for a few minutes. Next thing you know, you looking at it for a few hours. Next thing you know, you was doing it at home. Now you're doing it at work, okay? You know how IT all in your business, honey. I don't even know why you doing that thing at work, but I'm just saying. Okay, another way, babe, you up in here. All right, but look, what I'm saying is that another way that that you may be addicted to porn is you have problems stopping the use of porn and not being able to do it. Like I said, that withdrawal thing, baby. You know that you tripping when you can't stop it, okay? When you can't stop it, okay? You have difficulty controlling porn use. It's starting to cross over. Another thing is that using porn in situations that impose physical risk. Okay, so you put yourself out there. Like I said, you load it up on, computers, you going places, you looking at things, you in places you don't have no business being, you start doing some things you ain't got no business doing. You may have a porn addiction. And then again, porn is starting to wreak havoc in your relationships, in your sex life. You're not able to perform. Things are going on. You're expecting things that you didn't expect before. And your wife, your husband looking at you like, where did this come from? And you're not satisfied. You can't get arousal. You may be addicted to porn, okay? So let's talk about that a little bit. Let's talk about what porn does to your brain, baby. What addiction does to your brain, okay? There is a chemical in your brain that's real powerful, baby. I call it dope. It's called dopamine. Dopamine is a beast, okay? Dopamine is your pleasure neurochemical in your brain, okay? And so it's the pleasure place, all right? And so everybody, when you like something, when something is good to you, it tastes good, your dopamine goes up to a certain level. Now, the average person, your dopamine level shouldn't go past like 100, okay? If you really excited, having a great day, loving, feeling life, you feeling good, your dopamine level should be around 100, all right? But when you start introducing yourself to things like drugs, alcohol, things that, or sex or porn, that dopamine level rises past the normal high level, which is 100. It starts going up 400, 500, 1,000, okay? And so what happens is that your body starts craving getting back up to that level again, okay? So the pleasure, what it took to make you happy, to make you fulfilled, to make you good, baby, it takes more when you start exposing yourself to things and it sends off those chemicals and it's making that dopamine level rise in your brain. You feel me? So this chemical is rising. So bam, watch porn. Whoop, I'm shooting up to 500, right?
Right.
All right. Whoop, I'm looking at it again. I'm looking at something real ratchet. I'm up to 600, okay? So the next thing you know, of course, what happens is that when you're with your mate, your spouse, whoever it is, it's taking more. Okay, let's go back it up a little bit.
Right, back
One
it up.
thing is, okay, if you introduce yourself to porn, okay, and so you look at one ratchet act, boop, you going up to 300, right? 100 is high, you going up to 300. Then you're like, whoo, this feels good. I want to get higher. I want to get higher. So the next thing you know, you're looking at some more stuff, right?
More ratchet stuff.
More ratcheter than
More
a
ratchet,
ratchet.
yeah,
And you're
yeah.
looking at it longer because it take a little bit longer and take a little bit more of a bump to get that thing up. You know what I'm saying? So the next thing you know, you at a 600, but baby, what did that 600 cost you? You looking at it more, you spending more time. You're not just doing it at home, you're doing it at work. And so that dopamine is boosting up, up, up. You at 600. So next thing you know, man, your eyes, everything in you is like, woo, set off at that 600. You come home, you've been with your mate for 3, 5, 7, 30, 50 years. You've been with them and you looking at them and you've been exposed to that 600.
Right. Now
And-
you mad because she can't swing from the
She can't swing.
chandelier.
She can't swing from the
And
chandelier.
the shower
She
curtains
can't
and
be
stuff,
Cirque Soleil. She can't. She ain't no gymnast.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying? You ain't married a
Unrealistic
gymnast.
expectations.
You ain't do all of that. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, and you know your wife. You know you ain't married a bodybuilder. He can't lift you, throw you, toss you. You had hip replacement, knee replacement. You can't do all that. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So next thing you know, you're not fulfilled. You're not fulfilled, and so you are going outside to get that stimulation, that level, trying to get that bump. So it is not fair. It is not fair to your mate, your spouse. It is really putting you at a deficit. It's shooting chemicals in your brain to a level. You have to keep doing things to maintain it because your pleasure meter is off, okay? It used to be normal. Now you've hit it, and now it's boosted up abnormally from stuff. You
Hey,
feel me?
Dr. Jewel.
What? Come
So
on, JB. Read in here.
it sounds like you might not be under demonic influence or under some sort of demonic oppression. Maybe it's just your body playing tricks on you.
Honey, how about both of it? How about it's physical, spiritual? Because the moral of the story is that if you know that the eye, look, we've been warned in the Bible, baby,
the lamp.
that the eye, it's the lamp, honey. And so you got to guard your lamp, honey. You got to guard what you see because these things can wreak havoc. When you realize that God put it in there for a reason and that it can tweak the chemicals in your brain and cause your brain to do some things and reset at some certain levels that they shouldn't be resetting at, that's the problem. So God is true to his word, baby. So yeah, it is both physical and spiritual.
Right.
God gives you a spiritual warning through his word what to avoid when you do it, baby. You out there on these streets. And you know what? The only thing that you can do is try to get help. So look, you all, I want to tell you this before I get back into this thing. If you have an addiction to porn, baby, there's help for you. Look, it's no different than the 12-step for AA. It ain't no different than a 12-step for drug addiction. You need help. Go to therapy because it wreaks havoc in your life. So look, I got something. I'm coming back. It's time to get right. I know I gave you a lot. All right, but I'm coming back in a minute. We gonna tackle this beast. Y'all all right over there? Lady
all
V,
right over here.
J-Bo.
Yes, yes.
All right, y'all. It's time to get right with Ask Dr. Jewel. Come back to us. Peace.
So, Dr. Jewel, in your last segment, we talked about sex addiction, right?
Yeah.
So, are you telling me and the world that a sex addiction is kind of comparable to, let's say, a drug addiction?
Oh, absolutely.
How low can this thing go?
Oh man, that's exactly what I'm saying, Lady V. I am saying exactly that. An addiction is an addiction is an addiction. Okay. And so we can't, it ain't no, I'm a one up you on an addiction. Okay. An addiction is an addiction. It can still hit those chemicals in the brain, that pleasure chemical. And the next thing you know, you want it. So it's no different than somebody everybody on crack or meth, okay? And so when I was talking about, the dopamine levels, let's say your high dopamine levels like 100 range,
Yes.
And so let's say you're at 100. That's on a good day. Everything's flowing really wonderful. Your dopamine level, the highest, just get around 100, okay? Let's say you go out here and you hitting crack. It gets to 1,000, all right? And so you wonder, see, in the church, this is where we mess this thing up, because a lot of people are like, it's a battle of the will. You just can stop, you can just stop drug addiction. You just can stop it cold turkey. What I'm saying is that what that addiction does is, what you need to do is try to stop them from doing it in the first place, because you can't control what things do to the brain. You don't know. Everybody's brain is different. Everybody handles things differently. So crackhead goes to 1,000. So they're going to spend their time trying to get back to that 1,000. The only problem is they'll never get there. They may get to 900, 800, but they will rob, kill, steal, destroy, ruin their family, everything about them to try to get to that 1,000 again, and they'll never get it. And then if you take it from them, they're going to feel so miserable, they go down to a 50 or 40, and they can't even barely get out the bed, because again, they're used to it being that high, and they can't even function when it's not that high. So look, Lady V, that's why they'll kill, steal, they'll do anything to get it, all right? So same thing with porn. The same thing with porn is that when you introduce and it starts sending that dopamine level up high, next thing you know, you start changing. It starts getting a little hairier, a little riskier. You start looking at more things. It used to be one person. Now it's two people. Now it's three people. Now it's kids. Now it's everything. You're opening your gate to
Cats
all
and dogs.
kinds of things.
Yeah.
So that's the thing I want to talk about. So what effect does porn have on your life? Y'all look and take these things down. First of all, it lowers your relationship quality. It will impact your relationship, and it can impact your relationship, okay? Financial. It'll hit your money. It'll hit your pocket, because some of these things cost money. And you may lose your job from it, okay? You may have difficulty in sexual encounters. If you're getting aroused by this thing and then you going home to what you normally used to, you may not be aroused. So you're going to have some problems. And you could be at increased risk for infidelity, all right? You may step out, because who can do it like this? How they do it? Look, I'm just telling you, you're opening yourself up. It can have a negative impact on intimate relationships. Y'all, you got to watch it. So protect yourself before you wreck yourself. So look, before we leave the show, J-Bo, can you tell me some resources? I don't want to leave the people of God hanging. What are some things that we can do to get some help if you have an addiction?
Well, first, it's really important to know that you're not alone, and there's always hope for you and help for you as well. There's so many resources out there that you can use. For example, covenanteyes.com. That website actually helps you to also download some protections to your phone and even your laptop, just so you don't even go to a site. You can even have some accountability as well, because you have reports that'll be sent to an accountability person that you can have some conversations with if you slip back. There's also Sexaholics Anonymous, sa.org. It's a very easy website to remember. You can go there to find groups that you can meet with in person, or even virtually, that help you to support just small groups. Sometimes you just need to talk to other folks dealing with it as well. And finally, Triple X Church. Yes, I did say Triple X Church, xxxchurch.com. But it's a great website with blogs and other resources for folks who also want to tackle some of the spiritual elements of this issue as well.
Man, J-Bo, thank you so much for that information. That is major. We want to leave the people covered. So look, I want to leave you with these stats, because you know what, y'all? Like J-Bo said, look, it's okay not to be okay. We just need you to get some help. 1/3 of internet downloads in the U.S. are related to porn. About 25% of internet search queries, or 68 million searches a day, are porn searches. 9% of porn users tried unsuccessfully to stop using porn, and almost half of American families said porn use was a problem in their homes. Church, it is time to get our minds right. Porn is an issue. We can't act like it's not. So look, we want you to get the help that you need. We're going to continue to talk about these things, because where the mind goes, the body follows, all right? It is no way, you all, that we can exhaust everything about a topic so huge like pornography, but we're going to keep swinging at it. If you have any questions, please feel free to email us at AskDrJewel. That's AskDrJewyl@gmail.com. Also, if you have any questions or any topics that you want us to discuss, please send them to us. We would love to talk about it because you know what? We're here for you. Yes, Lord Radio, we want to always say thank you for this platform. We so appreciate you, and we hope that you all learned something today about pornography. So we'll see you next time with Ask Dr. Jewel.
Oh, it's time to get it right. Yeah, it's time to get it right.